Okay guys, I'm gonna do something I'm totally not about doing, but I'm gonna do it because I love my people. I'm gonna do an everyday makeup glam, as we say. So I'm gonna show you how I do my makeup. Right now I have no makeup on. Really special that I'm doing this. And I'm gonna show you what I do from start to finish. So first, I actually do something. Now, I just wanna say that I use completely different makeup almost every day. I never do the same thing twice, really. I use different foundations, concealers, highlighters, everything, all the time. I just like to switch it up depending on how my skin feels each day, what my tan is like, you know, you get the picture. So anyway, I'm gonna start with how I prep my skin for my makeup. So I either like to use Peter Thomas Roth 24 karat gold, which is like a primer. It's not a primer, but I use it as a primer. Or you can use the MAC strobe cream. This is a little more iridescent. So depending on the fact, like I want to be more golden goddess, which is right now, I'm going to use the Peter Thomas Roth. So what I do is I take about a little dab on my finger and I mix it with a little bit of actual primer. Now, depending on your skin type, I have dry skin, so I like to use a hydrating primer. This is by Too Faced. It's Hangover. You can get it at Sephora. So I put the two together and I just apply it to my face. Make sure you get under the eyes really well because your under eyes tend to be a bit dry. So it's really important that you hydrate, you know? So I put this all over. And I like a highlighted look. Like I like to feel glowy and gorgeous and dewy and sexy. So this gives you that. Then I take a beauty blender, which I already damped, okay? And again, depending on my skin color and tone today, I base my foundation off of that. So I use the back of my hand for this. I'm gonna put a little bit of this MAC foundation. This is Pro Long Wear. We'll go over all the details at another time. We're just gonna show you how we do it, okay? And I actually mix. So I mix this with a bit of Shape Tape, Tarte Shape Tape. Now this is like #1 concealer in the world. You can get it at Ulta Beauty. You can't get it at Sephora. And I mix it with my foundation. Again, I'm trying to get the color I am now, maybe a little bit darker. So I do mix a few things together. I'm gonna take another Shape Tape, put that in. And then what I do is I take my beauty blender, I mix all those colors together, like so. And then I just start to apply all over. Make sure your beauty blender is damp or it will not work into the skin. Very important. I like the beauty blender as opposed to a brush because it gives you a more makeup, no makeup look, right? I'm gonna do a bit of a rush job on this one for you guys because who wants to watch me dab this into my face for an hour? Doesn't take an hour, but you get what I'm saying. So we do the whole face, under the eye, on the eyelid, right? Everywhere. Then what I like to do, ooh, see how it has this nice glow because of my highlighter underneath? Major. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my concealer. I like to go a shade lighter, okay? Because we're going to contour and create this amazing effect of shading and shadowing and highlight all across the face, right? So I take, again, a Shape Tape. This is a different shade, just one. I dab it into my beauty blender and I'm going to go under the eye, like so. Now, don't like try to be all perfect with this. You have to know your face and really get in there. So I like to do this under the eye. Go to about here, okay? Don't like just do under the eye. You have to go a bit further down. And then I go around the nose here. I do between the eyes. And then here's the best part. You ready for this? You take your cheekbone line and we are going to create a bit of shading, as we say, underneath, okay? So I just do the chin. So you see I've created a bit of an outline of where my contour is gonna go. A little above the eye, all around. And I'm still like glowing, right? Okay. So now I'm gonna take a brush. I know you guys all do it like this, you beauty vloggers, but this is a Morphe brush. I think it's E13. I'll have to get back to you on that one. And I use NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Dark Cacao 2. So it's really dark, right? This is how we're gonna contour. So I take the brush, I kind of dab just a bit on the brush, and then everyone's nose is different, but we're gonna come in right about here, create that line, right? We're gonna create the same line. On the other side, keep it thin. Okay, I put a little on my tip. Everyone does their nose different. So depending on what nose you have. You're gonna do your cheekbones, right? I do this fairly quick because I do it all the time. And then you come underneath here and create the kind of definition you want in the face. And I do a 3. Kim Kardashian does a 3 too, if that shows you my beauty blogging. Okay, so you do a 3. Now, I like it to be a little more narrow in here. I want to make my face my jawline a little more pronounced. Don't be like really petrified of all this like brown, dark paint on your face because you're going to work with it, okay? So then you come across the forehead. Now, here's the 3. Ready? Forehead, cheekbone, jaw. Let me just do this side quick. It does look really dark and scary, but again, you're going to fix that. So I then take a little bit of oil. This is by Tarte. And I put a little bit on the back of my hand to blend this better. Just to like a baby drop, right? Beauty blender. Again, a damp one. Mix it into that oil. And then you just start to nicely blend this all together. For the chin, you're going to start blending down. Okay? And like, look, it took me a while to like really, here, we're going to just blend in, right? The oil really helps be able to like hit that blend the best. Now don't worry about a little of this here because I'm going to show you after we're going to go back in with the concealer. I'm going to create a more defined. Now to do the nose, I just like pinch it a bit and just really blend that out. Again, we're going to clean all this up, so no need to worry if you're like petrified of, you know, what you've just done to your face because it's really easy to fix. And then you just come in and really blend up into the hairline. You're going to go blend down, right? And what's funny is I was in desperate need of a spray tan and I am just so, look at this beautiful sun-kissed look we've created already. Okay. And then the other side, come down, back up. Okay, all blended, right? Maybe I'm missing a bit here, but okay. It's a lot harder to do it when I gotta do it really fast, huh? Okay. So you see how this kind of blends into a really natural looking sun-kissed look? I know you guys can't respond to me, but I'm telling you. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, I kind of use 2 beauty blenders. Here's my second one, ready to go, just when I have to come back in. I just like to do that so the darkness doesn't get mixed in, but you don't have to. I'm now going to take another concealer, a lighter one. This is what I use for the contour, but a lighter shade. It's that NARS Matte Creamy Concealer. And I'm kind of gonna warm it up in the pot first. Now with these matte NARS concealers, you really gotta like warm them up because they tend to be a bit dry. And then we're gonna come in and we're gonna highlight the areas. So like back under the eye, underneath the nose, over the eyelid. See how we're gonna come back in and create new definition back underneath the jawline. Just gonna kind of fix this a bit. So whatever you did with the contour, you're able to come back in detail. I mean, hello, how good is that? Now use the back end of the beauty blender to just kind of dab it all in to make sure you're not over makeuped. Which I like to do. Just soaks up the excess. Okay. Okay, so now what I like to do is I like to take an angled brush, like this one from Sephora. 1 second, I have to grab something. And I like to take a shaded palette. This is a Kat Von D 1 shade light. Looks like so. There's so many different kinds of these contour palettes, and like I said, I use different ones all the time. So I like to take a mix of the 2 colors, and I like to then use a powder contour over the cheekbone, a little bit down the nose again. No, this is just like a rough draft of what you did with the previous one. Just to kind of hold it all into place. Again, the Beauty Blender. I like to do cream then powder because I think it gives a really defined look. It also holds it in place. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a bronzer brush. I use this one, and I like them really thin. Don't go by me with this because everyone's different. I actually love this Sephora bronzer, and I have so many bronzers, but this happens to be my favorite. And we're just going to come in, bronze it here. Cheekbones, again with that 3. We are becoming live. Okay, look at that. Really serious, good stuff. Then eyebrows, very important. Don't ever miss them. I just lost my favorite eyebrow brush. So we have been using just this smudge brush, which isn't an eyeshadow brush. I mean, an eyebrow brush, but we're going to make it work anyway. This Anastasia brow powder, which everyone uses because it's like the only one in the world to use. I just come in and I kind of darken them a bit. I keep the actual line of my brows. I don't like them penciled. I much prefer a powder. All I want to do is enhance my actual brow. Keep it really simple. Nothing worse than an overdrawn brow. So if you do that, don't. And then I'm going to come in with a blush brush. Now, depending on what look I'm doing, I go different colors. Like I might like a pink blush. I might like a orangey blush. Today we are going to use a Kylie Cosmetics blush. I love her product, I'm not going to lie. So this is a Kylie blush in X-rated. I mean, couldn't that be any better? So, smile. And just hit the apples of the cheek, a little bit on the nose. Because you want it to look like you're sun-kissed, right? Like it's natural. And then, the most important thing is highlighter. Take a fan brush. I really like a liquid highlighter, but I tend to sometimes just make my life easy and use this Anastasia Glow Kit highlighter. It has like a million colors in it. 4 to be exact. I like the color Summer. And I just come and fan the bridge of my nose. And obviously the eye bone under the brow. And be generous, you know, like really get in there. And then obviously the Cupid's bow and a little bit on the forehead. So basically wherever the light hits is where you want to brow up. Okay, this is really important. I use a perfecting powder. It's the only powder I really like to put on my face. It's a Becca one. And I take my damp Beauty Blender, put a little powder on it, and I go just under my eye. Really just like brings everything to perfect. Okay, so under the eye, underneath the nose, forehead, and then I just hit the contour areas under the brow, under the cheekbones, okay? So here we have just like a no makeup, everyday makeup. I then have to use a setting spray just to set that. And then you can go and do whatever lip you want. I am going to actually use a Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in the color, nope, not going to use that one, in Candy K. So just to do an outline of the lip. And I don't fill it in with the same color. Okay, it's a little outline of that. And then I just like to use a, well, if I could find one that I like at this moment. Okay, let's just use this butter gloss and just gloss it up. There we go. There. There's just a basic no makeup foundation, concealer, contour, highlight, and that's it.